なのに。そんなに邪魔なら消えて差し上げます。舞踏会にだって出ませんから。
Do you guys want to know what's really stupid? You know, sometimes you're watching an anime and it strikes emotion in you for very, like, real and understandable reasons, right? Like a character dies, a character gets killed, a character leaves, they break up, a marriage, you see a character, you know, something just really tragic happens. And getting sad, emotional, frustrated, angry is totally understandable. Then you have certain anime like this to where it's like there wasn't anything really high stakes, there wasn't really anything emotional. But the end of the episode, you know, when AILEEN finally broke, right? Like she was trying to hold her tears in, trying to hold her emotions, and doing a hell of a job doing all of that. And then she finally like broke. Right, and at that moment, you know, she slapped Claude, and she was like, "If you want me gone so bad, you know, then I'm gonna do that." Right, like she saw Lilia on the ground. She was thinking of the ogre's emotions, how the emotions of Claude are directly tied into the demons, which real quick leads me to believe that the connection between him and the demons isn't broken yet. So his memories, whatever's going on, is definitely being suppressed, not removed. But we have all that that's happening, and she finally broke, and she slapped him, and, you know, in that moment, I kind of got, like, I don't want to say teary-eyed, because I don't think that is exactly what happened. I didn't necessarily get teary-eyed, but I did get kind of, like, emotional, you know, a little bit, and I was like, damn, like, why is it hitting me? Like, this had, like, you know, but in that moment, I was completely just enthralled and enveloped in, you know, what was going on with AILEEN and her emotions. I really felt that. I was like, damn, Claude, you're gonna let your girl, like, you're gonna regret letting her walk away. You know, he's gonna, basically from this point on, the next thing that I can imagine is him completely, you know, going from, like, I need to stay away from her to being completely obsessed with her. And it may not be his brain might be telling him to stay away, but, like, that emotion, that heart, that, you know, inside, the inexplicable thing that you can't put into words is going to draw him obsessively towards her. At least that's what I imagine. I don't know for sure. We'll see what actually happens next episode, right? But, you know, like, even before, right, you had Claude, you know, when AILEEN was pretending to be the duck, you know, he had this, like, innate, like, this duck interests me way too, like, I need to know this duck. And I have that feeling that this is going to be, like, the same kind of thing happened here when AILEEN decides to, you know what, like, if this is what he wants, this is what he wants, you know? Even if it's not him, it's still him, you know? So, anyways, I just felt like, you know, there was some emotion there, and, you know, it was really conveyed to me. So as a viewer, as a reviewer, as somebody who talks about anime a lot, like, I think that emotion that they were able to convey in what they were showing us on screen and the words that were there, you know what I mean, the writing, I think was absolutely terrific and excellent, because it was able to captivate. And it may not have happened to you. You may have had zero feeling. But, you know, for me, and I'm sure there's, you know, thousands of me's out there who also, they suddenly felt something, you know, during this specific moment. And it's inexplicable, but you're like, damn, I felt something, you know? And that's a testament and a testament to really good writing. And really, a really good show is when you're so enveloped and interested and captivated by a character that you're truly, in the case of the words, you're truly on the ride with them. And I felt that quite a bit. The rest of the episode, nothing really big here. You know, Lilia's still up to her stuff. Selena is trying to become one of Cedric's concubines, mistresses. You know, essentially she's trying to become the number 2 or number 3 to Lilia, right? She wants a little piece of that pie. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, in the way that this fantasy world and, you know, old times were depicted is, you know, it's okay to have your main wife and then your concubines who also live a good life as well. like a royalty type of life. They're still sought after. They still run stores and governments and all kinds of things. So she wants a piece of that 𝐒𝐻𝐷rick pie, you know? Obviously, she has to deal with Augustine or Augusti, whatever his name is, because I think he's in love with her. So, and he doesn't hold a bad position, but he's definitely not like the prince, you know? So we're going to see what comes up from there. And then we learned about somebody else called, where's this guy's name? Lester Klein, who was on the cover of the box. So on the cover of the video game, you know, he was one of the background characters, but he was on the main box, so he was a main character. So it's going to be interesting to see how he comes into play. We did see him, you know, so we're going to see on how he fits into the story, but AILEEN has an assumption at this point that Lilia has already tamed him, so we'll see if that is fact or not. But really good episode. Not a lot else happened besides, you know, learning about that and seeing Claude and worrying about his memories. We found out that he's being affected by magic. I immediately thought he was being affected by something like in the cookies or something, but we'll see on how that actually plays out. But otherwise, really good, really enjoyable episode. Definitely one of the better ones to convey and captivate emotion. I really enjoyed it quite a bit, and I was like, you know, tore me up after. So, all right, let me know what you guys thought about this episode down in the comments below. As always, guys, I appreciate you being here for another week of the Villainess. Definitely a great episode, and I hope that Claude is the pursuer and not the pursuant next week. So, all right, my friends, peace out.